Yo, what's up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome to a new month. We are officially in August, which means, well, for one, it's time for a new club tour. And two, today is the day where later on, EA are going to be doing the FUT live stream, and we're going to be hopefully hearing a whole bunch of stuff about FIFA 18 Ultimate Team. So I'm excited. Drop a like on today's video if you're excited as well, and let's get on into the club tour. Now, sometimes there's face cam on these, sometimes there isn't. I look back at the last couple and sort of realized I hate how the face cam sometimes cuts off like the right winger or the right mid and stuff like that. So I don't even think it's that necessary for a club tour. I'd rather you look at the players that I'm showing you rather than my ugly mug in the top corner. So that's the reason I've gone without that today. Hope you don't mind. But most videos, of course, we still have face cam on and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to start off today with like the few leagues and the few different squads I've got, and then of course I'll go into my actual club, like the back end of it, and you'll be able to see all the different players that I've got. So what's different to this time last month in the Bundesliga? Well, a certain player or a certain couple of players got end of an era items. So both Xabi Alonso and Philipp Lahm are now in the Bundesliga side, which means that Naby Keita's team of the season ended up getting sold simply because like it was either sell Naby Keita's Tots or Stindl or Vidal. And I think Stindl's a slightly better cam than what Naby Keita would be, and of course he's like cheaper, so I wouldn't have got as many coins for him. And then, well, Vidal is untradeable, so I really like him. I rate him as much as I did that Tots Keita, so decided to keep him and sell Keita for like 180, 190,000 coins. And Xabi Alonso now fills his spot. So he's got like crazy stats across the board, 98 passing, 94 defending. But he does feel a bit sluggish in game, if I'm telling the truth. And then I did a poll recently, or not a poll, I just put a picture out. I have 4 different tots, or 4 different strikers in the Bundesliga: Aubameyang, Werner, Lewandowski, and Modeste. And the one that I got the most response to, of which one would you put in the Bundesliga side, was Modeste. So he's going to sit up there for now. I've used him before, but maybe not this one. No, this is still a first owner fresh, but can't sell him because he's untradeable, which kind of sucks. And I just realized that we've lost some dynamic images here as well. So before the next team, I'm going to go ahead and back out of Ultimate Team so that I can actually show you players with their correct dynamic images. I feel like the further we've got through the game, the more like the images just go super quick. Some of them have stayed, obviously, but I swear Pulisic and I think Modeste and Forsberg all have dynamic pictures. Let me change that right now. Hey, there we go. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? But yeah, that's the Bundesliga side. Jerome Boateng still is like the only, I guess you'd like non-special item in the team. I do have a top rack that if you really wanted to make it a full special squad, then like you could put him in there. But he's just not as good as 90 rated Boateng, is he? So that's the Bundesliga side. One of the better teams that I've got, just because that strength in midfield. Forsberg's a don when you move him to cam. He's such a great player. And just overall, like the addition of Philipp Lahm, he might actually be like the best right back in the game alongside team of the season Kyle Walker, in my opinion. So let's move on to a different league then. I mean, speaking of Prem, why don't we, speaking of Kyle Walker, let's go to the Prem. So this is what it looks like now this month. And that's so that I can get a full special team. But I think ideally what I would do is play Pogba instead of Sigurdsson. And then I've like switch it so Dele Alli was as a cam. And then David Luiz at centre mid with Pogba. And then Kante at CDM. But of course what we've got is the addition of Futties in FIFA 17 Ultimate Team, which weren't in here last month. We've been getting them for the past couple of years on FIFA, and I think actually they're better than ever this year, although they're all Premier League basically. We got Florenzi, and today, I guess, later on today, we'll probably get a new batch. So if everything has gone to plan, we'll get Renato Sanchez. If not, we'll get like Moussa Dembele, I think it is, in the Prem. And he could, if we do get Moussa Dembele, then yeah, he'll probably fit into my Premier League side just instead of Pogba or something, which I wouldn't be too fussed about. But I would just prefer Renato Sanchez. However, I don't know where he'd fit into my current Bundesliga side that I've just shown you. Who knows? I don't really mind at this point of the game. But lots of Futties players. I'll show you a different team with Futties in it actually in just a moment, with all the ones that we've got so far. But these are the players that I've got in the bench for my Prem team. A lot of these SBCs have been re-released, like Hazard, who else was re-released? I think they gave Sterling another run, Dembele and Rashford, and then like Ibra, who's out in the starting 11 here. So loads of people have got those players that I think, so, if I'm playing Kane, then ideally Heung-min Son would probably be my second striker, just because like Ibra's a big guy as well, and Kane does that job a little bit better than him at this stage in the game with the stats that he's got. So that's the Prem team, and as you can see, like Michael Keane, I think it is, doesn't make it into the starting 11 anymore, which kind of sucks. However, I think he might be a little bit better than Smalling. Talking of Futties then, let me show you the Futties squad that I built. So this is a team with all of the Futties winners that we've got so far. And of course, I realise that we'll get a winner tonight. So we'll either get that Moussa Dembele, or we'll get the Renato Sanchez or the Idrissa Gueye. So this squad would change after 6 PM tonight. But currently, this is all of the Futties winners that we've got. 5 out of the... No, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 5 out of the 6 are all Prem. And then we did manage to get Florenzi. I've not tested him out yet, but he looks amazing. Like, ridiculous stats. And, of course, he's a position change and perfect link to both El Shaarawy and Totti, the legend of the game. So, really happy that we got Florenzi. It does mean that you can do a pretty sick triangle with these players and obviously get, like, perfect chem and stuff. So, this squad features all of the Futties winners so far. They've all actually quite impressed me from what I've used. I've not used Sane. No, I've not used Sane or Florenzi, but I did use Sterling, and I found him to be very, very solid, or like very, very quick and able to stick the ball in the back of the net. And then Shaw's, as you know, better than ever. Like, his regular card's very good. Smalling's better than ever. Butland's better than ever. You know, that's all you need to say about it. So that is the Futties winner side. So it's basically just Prem and Serie A with, of course, Tots Mertens up front. Love the man. He's a very, very good striker. So, seems as you've seen a lot of my Serie A team, I can show you the full league squad, which again features those 4 players that you've just seen. And then just, I guess, kind of an average, like, Serie A defense at this point in the game anyway. Like, there's so many better options that you could go for. Tots Donnarumma in goal would probably be my #1 choice, or even just inform Handanovic. I don't know what the best right back is. Probably birthday Abate, but Bruno Perez is going to just do such a solid job for me as well. I've got Bonucci and Koulibaly a bit like last month as well. I really wanted to step up and get Tots Koulibaly, but there's just no point in this stage of the game. I'm probably not going to use this a whole lot more. So maybe if I am able to sell off some of the junk that I just won't use after whatever the final promotion is and over the next few weeks, then maybe I'll solidify these teams a little bit more towards the end. But a lot of the stuff's untradeable. Like, the main guys in this team, Florenzi, Totti and El Shaarawy, untradeable. I suppose I've got a few 100k tapped up in Hamsik and Mertens. Like, that's probably 600 or 700k right there between them two. So I could sell them on if I wanted to just obliterate the Serie A team and put more money into the Prem or a different league or something. But I don't see why I need to do that. I'd love to have a solid squad for each of the main leagues for, like, generations purposes and stuff like that. So moving away from the Serie A, we've done EPL, we've done Bundes, French Liga and then La Liga before I show you my other, like, hybrid-y different types of teams where I've mixed stuff together. This is the French Liga this month, and it's a little bit different to before. Like, the defense is pretty much always going to stay the same. I don't use this squad ever, really, to be honest. So, and in fact, I would probably go like that with the team and put Seri at centre mid and then play Matuidi as a DM. I bought him because I bought Cavani recently, and Cavani I wanted to review. I've been going through this stage of, like, reviewing some of the end game strikers, like the 95 rated strikers, so Mertens, Aubameyang, Griezmann, now Cavani. Wanted to see, like, his stats are very similar to Kane, so I wanted to see how he compared to, like, the Englishman and stuff. So I reviewed him, and in the squad that I actually used him in, I needed Matuidi and Inform Draxler, who I've, like, recently sold on. But, like, you could argue this is a really, really tidy team. Aurier at right back, regular version, is absolutely perfect. Marquinhos and Thiago Silva, apart from being a bit short, are really quick and, like, decent on the ball and that. Kazawa's always been a solid left back choice. A midfield of Cyprian, Matuidi, and then Seri as well. That's hard working. I like that. Lacazette does a good job at cam, and then you have got a really strong and pacey, fast strike partnership here in Mbappe and a 95 rated Cavani. I eventually ended up buying Cavani so that I could test him out. I'm probably going to sell him after I've made this video, but the point is that they haven't re-released the purple version as of yet. They might do at some point, and if they do, yeah, I'm going to get my hands on it. But I just wanted to use the TOTS version for now, just to actually give him a shot and see what he's like on the game. So that's French Ligue 1. The only other main league left to show you, I guess, is La Liga, which I can't remember if last month we did actually have Ronaldo. I don't think I did. I think I was talking about getting him. Well, I did go out and buy a Ronaldo, and I did have a Ronaldo in my club for a little while, but that's like over 500k's worth of stuff, and I played a few games with him for a specific review or video. I think it was when I was reviewing Griezmann, and I was just like really let down by Ronaldo's performance. He wasn't actually doing anything amazingly well, so I ended up just selling him on so that I could buy other different players and, you know, make sure I get my players for reviews and other videos done. So maybe I'll buy Ronaldo closer towards the end of the game. Like I said, you know, maybe later on I could sell some of these people and then have a Ronaldo, maybe get a Messi on one side, put Suarez at cam, and then have Torres as my striker. That could be quite nice. But for now, like, it's kind of bland. I'm a little bit bored with a team like this. Like, no one really stands out apart from that strike force. All of these guys, like, are not the greatest in the world, you have to admit, at this stage in the game. So what I've got for you now is I've shown you this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. I've got 3 teams left. I'll show you. This one was just called Awesome. I don't even know what it was. Okay, yeah, so it was a squad featuring... Have we already lost the dynamic image? Give me a sec. Hey, there we go, we're back. So this is a squad that I made just simply so that I could put a couple of players in. I wanted to put Dirk Kuyt into a team because obviously we've still got him. I just haven't really used him that much. I used him for 5 games and he cost me however much, and I've not used him since. But I bought Kluivert recently as well, so obviously he gets a strong link, which means he then only needs another strong link and actually gets a perfect to Karsdorp right there. So easily got enough chem in this particular team. And then just once again, it features that Roma trio of Florenzi, El Shaarawy and Totti. Another little Italian on the left-hand side is Insigne. This is like back in the day. How much have I even used this card? 19 games. Alright amount of assists though for the club. And then we've got some German Bundesliga players to just fit into a squad. I was just putting something together, showing you that you can make like a pretty cool team, a mix of different players, and like using a legend there has obviously helped us to put that squad together. It's a nice team. I'll probably use it just for fun or something at some point in time. This one's called End of an Era. It was because I got a trio of midfielders that were all end of an era, and then it gave me another idea, which is the final squad I'm going to show you. But again, this is just a mix of different players. We've got Alonso, Lampard and Gerrard in the middle, which is actually like a kind of like iconic Premier League midfield, I guess you could say. And then it made me think, how many can I fit into one team? So I then went and built this final one, which was just called Era. But I got loads in. I got 1 in Lam, 2 in Alonso, and then we got Gerrard and Lampard in again. And we were able to fit Totti and El Shaarawy in. But of course, Gerrard has 3 links to get chemistry off, and he only has 2 strong links. So he's probably on, yeah, he's on 6. He would be on 7 if he was in a cam spot with a manager. And actually, no, he'd be on 7 if I had like the CM to cam, I think, put him in the right position, because he's already got loyalty and whatnot. But yeah, like that's pretty cool that we're able to get this whole wall of end of an era or a premium SBC looking players in there. Pretty sick little team, to be fair. And then, well, I just linked Scholes because I figured there's no other real way to get a strong link to Gerrard and Lampard. There probably is another English player in the MLS, but he's not going to be like a high rated or a special item or anything like that, really. So we put Paul Scholes loan in there, which I got from an SBC ages ago, and then just like a couple of Spaniards and a purple goalkeeper to make the team look pretty. So there you have it for the teams. Let me move over to the back end of my club and just literally go through the list of all the players that I've got. So to show you guys the extent of what like SBCs have done to my club over the last month, I've got like 84s on my main first page of golds, which is a little bit nuts. And then we go through the 84s to the 83s really quick, to the 82s, like I've used so many 82, 83, 84, 85 rated players in SBCs lately. It feels like it's gutted my club a lot. But I'll never really use any of these guys, so it's all good if I get rid of them in any future SBCs as well. You know, it's absolutely fine. At this stage in the game, I just want special items for my club and stuff, which, as you can see, well, let me put that in now. They're the ones that you only really care about, right? So I do have my first page of full loan players. I'm not even fussed anymore about these. It's at the point where I know I paid like 10k to get both of these guys and stuff, and you know, you obviously paid coins to get these loan legends. I might just discard them at some point because I kind of hate the first page of loans. I hope that changes for the next FIFA. But this right here is my like best page of tradable tots. So we've got Kluivert comes in because obviously legends have a nice high discard value, so he's right at the start, 105k, but he only cost me like 160k, so that's mad value. He used to be an 800k plus player. That's crazy that he's so cheap and that legends are so cheap. But of course it's because EA have completely gone off on the stats of like these guys this year. Look at the stats in these players and the ratings of them compared to the likes of Kluivert, and you can see why that legends have come down a lot in price, even though I think they've got something in the background where they're just superb and they play to a higher standard than the ratings and stats that they've got. So we've got Cavani, probably going to sell him on. Mertens he's very likely to stay because I really do like him and I love the stats. Been looking forward to a card like that all year, and he definitely is. He does the business and stuff. Same with Kane, like, unreal player for me. You guys know that. You just got to learn to not take him off if you ever play him in Fatal and he's your Fatal player, because that's going to end up with you getting knocked out in the first round, even though you won 2 out of the 3 games. Stupid Lasty. But we move on to the rest of the players now. Hamsik, Azpilicueta, Stindl, like, these are players that you've seen in my squads. And there's only really 2 pages of actual tradable special items, and not even that, because Totti, of course, is my highest rated untradable. And so we move on to all of the untradables, and it gets really colourful and high rating and amazing players here. I love this part of my club. So many great players. Like, it's likely that this is the highest rated special card Gerrard will ever have, so it's cool to have that. Same with Lampard and Alonso, Philip Lahm. You know, that's crazy, although Lahm may have had higher rated tots or totties back in the day. But yeah, some really cool cards here. Obviously the Ibra means a lot to me because I met him and gave him that award that he's holding in the picture, which is obviously amazing. Kante's about the best player on the game in midfield this year. So it's been a great year for FIFA. There might be one more club tour left early September, because of course FIFA 18 won't be out at that point in time. So that will probably be my final one for FIFA 17, is when I have got rid of any rubbish that I don't need. Like, you know, there's an untradable 89 rated David Villa here. Has he been in any of my teams? No. So I'll probably trade him into an SBC at some point or something. I don't know. Is he worth keeping? Probably. I just don't know what to do with a lot of this stuff nowadays. We've got loads and loads of stuff to choose from. Loads of players I've not ever used. It's a little bit like, what a waste of money. Someone like, let's find one that I just probably haven't really used much of. We go to the next page. Gamero, maybe. I used him for 13 games. That's not the worst thing in the world. Probably haven't used Defoe a whole bunch. 1 game for Defoe. And then, like, well, some of these guys I have used a bit. I probably never ever used De Jong. No, you wouldn't, would you? Or Griffiths. Or Utaka. Like, I've just done League SBCs because I kind of like just getting the packs from them and stuff, but a lot of the time they cost you more than they're actually worth. So I'll bear that in mind in the next FIFA. Like, I won't do every single SBC that comes out. I kind of did like most of the SBCs because I figured, I don't know, if you do every single one of the player of the months, maybe you'll get the player of the season given to you or something. That's what I thought. So I sort of pressured myself in to make sure I get everyone done, but it didn't quite work out that way. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's a little bit of a waste. Like, I've got 3 red players as well, guys, and an Alex Hunter. So that is one way to end the video. If you have enjoyed, make sure you smash a thumbs up on it. This will probably be about the best my club ever looks right now. Maybe it looks a tiny little bit better next month, and if so, I'll give you a video on that. But I know you guys enjoy watching these, so hopefully you've had a chill time. You've seen some cool squads, got some ideas for squads of your own to build for like your final teams for FIFA 17. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel channel if you're new. Have a good one, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.